Hi beautiful people, welcome back. Hope everybody is doing fantastic wherever you are in this world. Happy Wednesday. We're in the middle of the week, 2 more days and the weekend is here. My usual disclaimer, please do not take what I say as fact. Feel free to do your own research and come to your own conclusion. Also you guys, the last video that I had done with Unirock and Down the Rabbit Hole news, I was supposed to make a part 2. Unfortunately, I had to go out of town last minute and I was literally gone overnight. When I was driving back home, all this new drama went down. And I was just put in the middle of all this. Now, this is not about Steve, Erin, and who did what. This is me pointing out people need to stop using me, my color, who I am, to push their agenda and recruit others to hate Steve McRae. Another thing, I will continue to talk about the wrong that happened to Steve McRae by Katie Joy Paulson. And the shocking thing about this is that Unirock at one point made a video addressing Katie Joy.
The problem is, she named those people in her Instagram stream that's linked on the front of my Twitter. And guess who those people are? Listen to this insanity. They are the same people that accused Steve of being a rape apologist. They are the same people that accused Steve of every other thing out there under the sun that he's been accused of. She named those people. She's working with Steve's trolls while saying that Steve is leading a troll group. That's the most bitter irony, Katie. That you are literally working with provable. There's no way to say it's not true. Fiona is a troll that hates Steve McRae. And Steve has never sexually harassed Fiona. No one would. You couldn't pay the most desperate dude out on the street to sexually harass Fiona. They would turn to stone the instant they looked at her. Okay, I'll stop. I'm allowed to make fun of Fiona. She does nothing but harass Steve. And the other people that Katie named, XX Lid or whatever her name is. Yeah, that same fucking person that has accused Steve of thing after thing after thing after thing. Who always goes, they always stand up and say, yes, we've got evidence that Steve has harassed us. We've got evidence that he's a rape apologist. They've literally done this more than 100 times. They've been doing this to him for years, but never once, even while claiming they have evidence for every claim, have they ever been able to produce a single piece of evidence, Katie. And that's the issue. This is why you're not a valuable reporter. You're not a valuable commentary on these types of events. Because if you can take this much of these liars and not even do the 30 seconds of checking to see that Fiona is lying to you. Fiona did you in, Katie. Because with Fiona tricking you into telling people that reporting this, you have reported on the same channel that does your commentary, you have reported that Steve McRae sexually harassed 5 women. You reported that. Now, you didn't say they were allegations or anything. You literally said that he did it. Which makes people think that he was taken to court and tried and been convicted for doing it, which is not true. He didn't even do it. He's never even been around those people. He hasn't even been able to sexually harass them. He's literally just I don't even understand where this comes from. And I don't understand how somebody that calls themselves a reporter can sit there and say on YouTube last night and on Instagram last night that Steve McRae sexually harassed 5 women. It's insane, but it shows you're not a reporter. You're a gossip mill. And people think they're coming to you for hard-hitting journalism. Yes, you did say that in your stream last night. But what they're getting are allegations, gossip, rumors, and bullshit. Okay? Sourcing a story makes you a reporter. Going to your channel and saying something before it's been verified and sourced makes you a gossip columnist.
So this is a genuine question. Where did things get lost in translation? I'm curious about that. As I said, this is not about who did what when. I'm being pushed in the middle of shit that I'm like, really? But that's for another day. This is what I want to get at right now in regard to people using me, who I am, what my kids go through. People that don't like me, that have made it known they don't like me. Now they all of a sudden have compassion for me. What was done to me was so wrong. Cut the bullshit. So apparently there was a tweet put out by Pretend Fashionista, who I will also be addressing after I discuss Unirock. She put out a clip of a live EKC had done a few months ago, and I was on that live stream, and there was some background sound of an X-rated movie being played. Let's start off with this clown, Unirock. First of all, if it is true that Steve McRae was being inappropriate Why, as you're going to hear, is Unirock so excited about him being so disrespectful to my cause?
Now listen to me, people. Today.
Now I want you to listen to how Unirock introduces me or tells people who I am.
I think it was today or last night sometime, Steve and EKC were like, had renellersmith on stream. If you don't know who Renelle is, she's this crazy person that constantly just hates me and everyone else. Basically, if you've ever had a positive interaction with Katie, she's going to hate you. Horrible logic, horrible commentary, just a hater.
According to Unirock, I am this hater, this crazy person, claiming that if you ever had a positive interaction with KJ, I'm going to hate you. I have horrible logic and horrible commentary. So basically, I'm just a hater. Unirock, just a FYI. Hate does not exist in my vocabulary, okay? I do not hate anybody. Nobody. Dislike people? Absolutely. Hate? I don't even hate the 2 men that sexually molested me as a child. I don't hate that woman that called me the N-word to my face. I do not hate the same woman that came on my YouTube to tell me I'm a kafir. That word is equivalent to the N-word here in the United States. So for you to be putting me out to your audience stating that I'm a hater, you're just a degenerate. Moving on.
And they've got her on probably to lie and take shots because that's what she does.
They probably had me on to take shots and lie because that's what I do. For number one, you need lie about what? Because that is all you do. From the content I've watched of yours, you lie so much that you can't keep up with your own lies. You clearly, Unirock, did not watch this stream in its entirety, because if you had done so, you would have known what the whole story was. But as we all know, you don't do your research. You just spew shit out your mouth when it benefits you to air shit out of the wrongdoings of the people you hate. Let's keep it moving.
So Steve and EKC are basically streaming, and then Renelle comes in. Now, I'm not going to shit on Renelle for what she was talking about or put her down for it whatsoever, because I feel that it was an important topic, and even though she takes shots at people, what she was talking about, she obviously should be given respect for, because you know it was racism, and it was something that we're just going to ignore that right here, other than saying that no one should ever have to experience what Renelle described herself experiencing, or maybe it was her kid experiencing, but we're fully against her experiencing that, obviously. But that's not what this stream is about.
So you're not going to shit on me, but you've already done that already. You insisting I take shots on people. Unirock, get something right. When I say something on my videos, I definitely would not have a problem saying it to whoever's face I need to say it to, if the opportunity presents itself. Let's be clear about that. So you want to now be an SWJ, and you want to be the good guy, the gentleman. You want to be so respectful, kind, and understanding. You pathetic. So let's now hear what Unirock wanted the stream to be and what he wanted it to be about, after he made it clear that I was this hater, that I was this type that's so easily manipulated that I went on Erin and them stream to lie on people and to take shots at people.
Stream is about what Steve fucking McRae was doing when he was listening to her talk about racism. And you'll be able to tell that Steve is staring at a prawn video, okay, while Renelle is talking about this racism thing. And hold on a minute. There's no way that this old, creepy, pervy fuck who's had all these problems with women online, we've tried to warn all these people about what he does and how he is just like this that we're talking about now, and they constantly say we're lying on him and shit, but there's no way that he's just staring at this woman getting effed and not touching himself. So I immediately, when I realized, oh shit, he did do a DSP. He's not just watching this thing. I go and I blow the video up on my fucking screen and I look real close at his left and right. I just checked it. I just double checked it.
Heads up, you guys. Brace yourself. Things are about to get really, really creepy.
Steve just got caught whacking his shit on stream, people. Anybody want to disagree with me on the fact that he was rubbing one out in the most disgusting, sickening fashion? Look at his facial expression. Look at his facial. He's got his mouth open. You can tell he's staring at something like that, and he looks like he's like in the middle of sex. He looks like a fucking lobster. Now, here's the deal. Was it EKC or was it Renelle? Because EKC knows that it wasn't her. She knows it wasn't fucking Renelle, okay? And you can just tell that it's Steve. But Steve obviously has contacted EKC since this happened and is having her throw herself under the bus. Well, not really. She's trying to have Renelle thrown under the bus. You can shit on me, and I know that the caters are going to call me a liar. Steve wasn't touching himself. Uni's just lying. Motherfucker, you can lie to yourself all you want, but if you think that creepy fuck wasn't sitting there literally getting off on the fact that he was watching this disgusting hardcore, because if you listen to the audio, someone told me it was heavy breathing. Oh no, I just literally checked the whole thing. It was fucking straight up hardcore prawn, okay? And he's not watching hardcore prawn while EKC and Renelle are talking about a serious subject and not sitting there getting off on it. Like, I'm not saying he was jacking it because of that reason. I'm saying he's jacking it if you actually watch the video. Number one, anybody that wants to challenge me, it was definitely him watching. Number two, anybody who wants to say he wasn't gyrating, I challenge you to pull the video yourself, turn the contrast up so that you get a better view of the detail in his shirt, and then actually run the video in slow-mo a little bit and look at the gyration that's happening. He was trying to be slick, but he was jacking it. And number three, this one goes out to EKC, Renelle, and all of the caters who listen to others lie about us, put us down, because we tried to warn them that they were being manipulated by a turbo psycho creeper.
So let me see if I get this right. Unirock, the weirdo, took this situation and decided to take this situation, fully investigate it, and properly research to confirm that another man was pleasuring himself, and used me and the story I was telling to convince people that he is such an upstanding guy. He has so much respect and is such a considerate person. I don't buy that shit at all. Not one bit. He has been talking about such a sensitive issue. Now hear me out, okay? This person that claims to be such an upstanding guy, so sensitive, so respectful, he was talking about a very sensitive issue, Marvon McRae. Did he take that situation, Marvon McRae's situation, fully investigate it, did proper research before calling Miss Letitia a scammer and running a fraudulent fundraiser? Did he? Because to my knowledge, people seem to be using my blackness and my kids' experiences, hardships, whatever you want to call it, to bring Steve down, to show people what a bad person he is. As you guys saw and heard, he is so fucking excited that allegedly Steve fucked up and was watching this X-rated movie while I was speaking. If that's not weird as fuck to anybody else, then I don't know. That live that EKC had done was a few months ago. Nobody cared back then. Nobody cared back then about me being a person of color and the hardships my kids go through. None of them gave a fuck about all that. Because let's go to where Unirock said he found this or he saw it. He mentioned Pretend Fashionista posted it. And she says, Steve McRae is vile. He's watching an adult film while Renellersmith is discussing the horrible racism her children encounter. So obviously, the way I see it, okay, she never gained much traction from that because she again had to repost. She posted again the next day and she says, attention, attention. I am not on anyone's payroll. I'm not a member of any channel. I posted the video of Steve McRae watching an adult film during EKC's live stream because I was pissed. He was doing it while a person of color creator discussed the racism her children encounter. Do you see where I'm getting at here? The first post, you didn't mention that I was a person of color, but your second post, you had to put it in there to get that point across that Steve is this horrible person. No consideration. That's how fucking vindictive all you people are. Don't use my blackness. Don't use my children's encounters. As I said, this happened a few months ago. You, fashionista, had no problem putting me on blast because you felt I was overstepping by questioning the bruises on KJ's wrist. You posted this. Anyone else find an announcement to be incredibly annoying? It's one thing to call out KJ. It's a whole other shady move to claim she's being physically abused and pretend to care about her well-being. You had no problem posting that. No problem telling people how you find me incredibly annoying. No problem. But this was a month ago. This was even after I had done that live stream with EKC. So now all of a sudden, you'll find this clip. You'll have such a hard-on to bring this man down. This man that was falsely, in my opinion, accused by Katie Joy Paulson. You so badly want to bring him down. You decide you're going to find it deep down, to find some concern or sympathy or feel bad for me because I'm a person of color, right? Please don't. Do not. I don't know who you are. I don't know what you look like. But I can guarantee you, you can rest assured, I can take up for myself. I can 100% take up for myself. Since you're on a roll and everything is done, people have been deemed sister wives on your Twitter feed. Now all of a sudden, come at me all you want to. Class me, label me, do whatever you want. No, don't faze me. Don't faze me. But you see this bullshit. Tell me you're a sister wife without telling me you're a sister wife. Guess someone doesn't like it when I call out Lobster for being a perv. So because Miss Suzanne takes up for Steve, she's a sister wife. Where the fuck are y'all's morals? The reason Miss Suzanne or me take up for Steve solely because Katie Joy accused this man of sexual harassment with no proof. He has been labeled this kind of person now. That's what he's known for, unfortunately. But you're not going after Katie Joy for starting all this shit, right? No, Katie Joy is your queen bee. Katie Joy can do no wrong. Just have a little bit of respect. That's all. Look what KJ had done to Miss Suzanne. I didn't hear it from Miss Suzanne's mouth. I learned about how vile she was towards Miss Suzanne through her own videos, through her own live streams, through her own Instagram and Twitter. But Katie Joy can do no wrong, right? Miss Suzanne's the bad person. because Miss Suzanne is taking up for Steve. Miss Suzanne is this bad person because Miss Suzanne has a good heart. Unirock, you are the last person I would take a challenge from. I challenge you to grow some, learn some respect, and most importantly, Unirock, look up the definition of lies. If anyone believes this clown, start this video from the beginning and see the passive aggressiveness. What a bullshitter he is. What a grifter he is. A coward and a wuss. What he has done to another black woman and has contributed to her failing health while she begged for him to stop and leave her alone and her family alone. He has been accusing this woman for weeks upon weeks upon weeks, falsely accusing her of crimes that he didn't even research the story. He didn't even do his due diligence in even looking at what is there, what is not there, going completely off of hearsay. The comment he made when Miss Letitia wanted to look after her son, and the comment he made was, if she couldn't even go see him, how is she going to look after him? Unacceptable. Miss Letitia did go and see her son. If you even believe or want to give him the benefit of the doubt that he's this caring person, he cares about black people's feelings, he gives a shit. He used my blackness, he used my kids' hardships to come across as if he's such an understanding, compassionate person. He ain't shit. He's a liar. He's a grifter. And I'm going to say this once again. Unirock, do not, ever, don't even try coming to my defense, trying to take up for a black woman's hardships or a black person's hardships, because you just shot yourself in the foot by being so passive aggressive. Because if it could happen to me, it happened to Miss Letitia, it could happen to anybody. You give a shit about anybody else but yourself and your employer, Katie Joy Paulson. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your week. Please be safe out there. Be kind to one another and don't forget, make good memories. Bye guys.